Wonderful people out there in crazy, psychopathic, psychotic, mental asylum, clown world. Hope you're all doing really well. I am back today with another New Age review. It's been a month or so since I did my last one. As usual, I've been inundated with requests, so I apologise if I haven't got round to reviewing your request yet. I do read them. It's just I have a lot going on, so I don't always get round to doing it. And also, watching these videos, as I've said before, is kind of draining on my own energy anyway. So we're going to get into this one. Before I get into it, guys, if you are new around here, please like the video, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Because although some of these people might have good intentions, the deception within the New Age messages are leading people astray. And so, we can have a laugh and a joke with this, and it's a great opportunity for me to bring out my sarcasm. But at the same time, there is serious undertone of this because so many people are getting damaged and coming off worse from the New Age teachings. I've got a couple of interviews coming up with people as well for some testimonials. So yeah, let's get into it. So this lady is called Dorothy Shelton. As usual, she has millions and millions of subscribers. She hasn't got millions. She's got 233,000 subscribers. So a huge following, as all these prominent New Agers do. Even though I haven't really heard of her, she popped up actually randomly. And I just started looking at her content. So let's get into it. So we're starting here with the globe Earth, which is a lie anyway. We don't live on a spinning ball hurtling through space. And if you haven't been down that rabbit hole, I encourage you to do so. It's another lie. But we won't get into that one now. That's for another day. So let's see what she has to say.
A lot of people leave comments under my video about Earth being a soul trap. Are we trapped here as souls? That's the question. There are two parts to this. The first is you can choose to believe one or the other, and both will be true for you.
Okay, so here we go with this whole idea of, kind of spiritual bypassing. And if you just don't think that you're in a matrix, then suddenly you won't be in one. And we hear this with so many of the New Agers where they're like, and I was listening to Bashar yesterday about. He's talking about shifting your vibration and how there's multiple Earths existing at the same time. And if you just think happy vibes, rainbows, unicorns, Rainbow Bridge, all that stuff, you can shift onto this other Earth where all this crazy BS is not going on. So this is kind of what she's alluring to here. She says it will be true for you. So what she's basically saying, guys, that all you need to do is you wake up tomorrow and you choose that you're not in a matrix and you won't be in a matrix, which is a complete deception and, as we know, complete BS.
If you think your soul is trapped here on Earth, you will create that reality for yourself here on Earth and afterwards in the afterlife as well. You can create that because you're that powerful.
So just adding on to what I've said, I've said in my own videos, I don't like using the word trapped as such, because when you use the word trapped, it does allure to the fact that we're trapped here forever and we can't escape. I would say we are temporarily trapped, but it's not a permanent thing. So I just wanted to add that in the fact that we can get out of this. There is a positive message in what I'm saying, but it's not just gonna come by just thinking that you're not, subject to all this stuff. And I wonder, this lady, like, what happened with like the whole COVID thing? Was she living in a world where she didn't have to wear masks? Did she? All this stuff, like they say that they can wake up and just choose not to be somewhere, but yet they're still subject to the same complete BS laws, rules, regulations, deceptions that we all are. So how is their reality any different to ours?
You are that powerful that you can create a situation where you think you are trapped, literally. The second part is that you understand that you are a powerful spiritual being, and that only a small essence of who you really are, which is you are a soul, you are a speck of God, you're a grand being. Only a little part of that grand being gets incarnated here on earth. So a big part of you isn't actually on earth. A big part of you is still in the astral planes, in other realms, but a small part of you incarnates on earth. Let's not talk about parallel universes, because that's already going way beyond what the mind can even comprehend. But again,
demonization of the mind, because if you engage the mind and the brain with these ideologies, you might actually work out that they're a crock of shit. So
this is something that Loris Cannon and many others are finding out as well, that actually, apart from this reality, there are many other realities where your being, your essence is...
The reason I chose this particular video is because she is talking about the soul recycling mill. And for me, like, this is maybe the most important information that you can research right now, is working out what you're going to do when you die. And basically what she's saying is, like I say, you just have to think up a new reality. And she's saying that there is no soul trap unless you create it yourself. And so her 233,000 followers that hang off every word that she says, like most of these new age gurus, when they pass, they're just going to be spiritually bypassing and pretending that this doesn't all exist. And what's going to happen is they're going to get recycled back round. So this is what I'm saying. The lady herself, her energy seems a lot better than a lot of the new agers that I review. But the information is so dangerous, because if you follow what she's saying, there's a big chance you're going to get hooked back round again. This is why it's so dangerous what some of these people say.
Is also, that is mind-boggling in itself. However, are we trapped here? So like I said, there are two situations which you can choose to believe. The first is you are trapped, in which case you create that reality for yourself in this life and in the afterlife. The second is that...
So this goes into the whole, if you focus on something, you're going to draw it into your life. And this is how these new agers get around, not facing any darkness or not wanting to, because their excuse is, well, if I focus on that, I'm going to create more of it. When in actual fact, it works the other way. It's what you don't resist persists, right? So if there's a problem and you ignore and you ignore and you ignore, it's going to get worse, and it's going to get worse, and it's going to get worse, which is what we've seen. So again, another very dangerous deception, because and spiritual bypassing. If you could underline what spiritual bypassing is, it's exactly what she has just said there.
That you realize that you are a grand, powerful spiritual being who has control over his or her life, and also who is very interactive in the afterlife, which means when you die, it doesn't mean...
Yeah, interactive with what? Interactive what? Because if you research it, if you create a reality where it's all angels and all this stuff, they're going to show up when you die, and they're going to trick you back in again. So
you're just a passive observer.
No, it does mean that you're a passive observer. She's saying that because she knows what she's saying is promoting spiritual bypassing. So she's trying to cover her back by saying, no, it doesn't actually mean that you're a passive observer, when of course it does.
No, you are still actively deciding what happens to you in the afterlife. And this is something I'm going to post very shortly with one of Melon Thomas' accounts, where he talks about his near-death experience. And he really talks about that, how even when he died, he was fully in control of the things that he perceived.
Yeah, we are fully in control. It's just we have been deceived into giving our power away, and that others can make decisions over us with the life review and guilt tripping us with karma and things like that. So this NDE, clearly him being back here means that he's back down on the matrix, right? Whether it was a death or an NDE or pre-birth memories, still the same thing. He's still in the matrix and basically still trapped.
And the things that happened to him. And it's quite fascinating. So we have a lot more power than we give ourselves credit for. So in short, no, our souls are not trapped when we come to earth. Actually, it's the opposite. We create these illusions and we have created this veil. I say we as a collective consciousness, we created this whole illusion that we are helpless. We actually choose to forget who we are.
No, we don't choose to forget. We get our memory wiped. That's what really happens. You know, this whole idea that we all came down here to, and we created some kind of hell existence with our own consciousness. This is absolute BS. You know, this has been created by design this way. And again, she's saying that we forget these things. We don't. Like I say, we get our memory wiped, and that's the reason why we forget. So again, more dangerous teachings.
Truly, which is a part of God, a very powerful part of God, we choose to come here for the reason of experience, experiencing polarity, experiencing.
Oh yeah, let's all experience war and murder and rape and being slaves and paying for a living and having to pay for a roof over our head and having passports so we can't move freely. Wow, can't wait to experience that one. I haven't got my sound effects today, guys. You may have noticed.
The opposite of what we are, because we are love, because God is love. God is pure love.
This whole idea of love as well, I mean, what even is that? I mean, it's, yeah, it's nice, but I mean, this idea that we're pure love and everything's love and, you know, is it really? I don't know.
And without love, nothing can exist, which is a beautiful thing, and it always reassures me that everything is okay. So love is really
Where is this in this matrix? Yeah, there's elements of love, but this matrix is not built on love. It's built on evil. Now you either face that and admit that and accept that and do something about it and face it, or you can live in la la land like this woman, pretend it's not going on, and you're gonna suffer more down the line. This is what I say to people, you know, this information doesn't feel good in the moment, but is it empowering ultimately? Yes, it is. And now what they'll say will make you feel good in the moment, but is it going to be empowering? Is it going to lead you to true freedom in the long run? And the answer is no.
most powerful feeling and expression there is. And because we come from love and we come from the light, we want to experience the polarity of that because we never die, you know, we always exist.
Why does she think that she can speak for everyone as well? I mean, I didn't. I would never have chose to experience this. I mean, no way.
So we want to experience different things, one of which is polarity, which is the opposite of what we are. So we choose to forget who we are so that we can rediscover who we are when we come to planet Earth. And that's why you have all of these different stories.
See how the Matrix has done such a clever job with these people. See how the Matrix, via the New Age movement, has got people to accept their chains, to accept their slavery. You know, in her world, everything's love. We chose to come here. All this suffering is part of what we chose to do, to experience duality. Everything's good, everything's fine. Just think happy thoughts, and that's what life will be, even when it's clearly not.
It's about who Jesus is, what God is, that there's a devil, there are demons. You have all of these different.
Yeah, so now she's denying the fact that there are negative beings that exist there. In her world, probably there's only these celestial beings, which are false white light entities anyway. And it's just a complete denial of everything dark. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm up for approaching things in a positive way. You can experience moments of love with family members and loved ones. You know, I'm not saying like don't enjoy aspects of this, or we have to find balance, of course, but we cannot, and it's incredibly dangerous at this point of where we are. If you consider the fact that most of us have been recycled, had our memory wiped, this lifetime is so essential that we see it through to a completion of where we get out. And by following people like this, and I'm getting angry because even though she comes across very nice, this information is going to harm people to such an extent she has no idea. And this is why I do what I do, guys.
Different versions of what reality is. We have created all of these different stories because we are free to create whatever we want to create, and we are free to believe what we want to believe. But we are so powerful that whatever we do believe will affect our reality. So if in our reality we want there to be a devil and demons, and we want a higher power to tell us what to do, then that is the reality we will create for ourselves.
Completely denial of objective truth. What she is using, again, and I'm going to do another video about this, is the whole idea that truth is subjective and you make it up as you go along. And that's how things will be based on what you personally believe. Truth doesn't work like that. Truth is objective. No matter how much this woman wants to believe that evil doesn't exist, it actually exists. No matter how much she wants the sky to be red, the sky is always going to be blue, no matter on how she feels about it, what she wants, what reality she's choosing to create. It doesn't matter. Truth is what it is. It just is.
Even though you're not consciously aware of it. So it's very important to understand that you are the creator, you're the master of your reality. And this is something that we are not taught as children. And there's nothing wrong with that, because again, it's a choice.
So, poor people in Africa, poor children in Africa, so you're saying that these children in Africa are creating their situation of poverty by choosing that reality. Like, this is insane, right? You think those children in Africa are sitting there thinking, I want to be poor, I want to starve, right? Because that's basically what you're saying. Like, it's absolute trash, absolute trash.
Choice that we have chosen before we even incarnated on earth. This is something we want. We don't want to remember because we want to be fully immersed in this.
So a disabled person has chosen to be born disabled because because they want to experience having a disability. Like, seriously.
Illusion. This is what we want. We want that. First, we want to get lost as souls, get lost in all of the muddiness.
Look, but translated as just accept your slavery and just accept your reality of chaos. Because how she's worded is, we just get lost in the muddiness. Look, see how the language that they use is so fluffy and innocent and light, but when you actually study it, it is so dark. It is so dark. And this is the problem with the New Age. It sounds so innocent. It sounds so innocent, yet the underlying current is pure evil. And like I say, this woman's energy is not as bad as some of the people that I've reviewed, but what she's saying is evil, inherently evil.
And forgetfulness of earth life, and then we want to rediscover ourselves. So the journey we are taking is a journey of rediscovering who we truly are, which is quite...
Yeah, you rediscover who you are, and then you get your memory wiped again, and then you're back down again. So what's the point in that? She'll tell you that you chose to come back again, and you wanted to forget again.
Beautiful. But at the same time, if you think about it, with our limited mind...
No, the mind's not limited. Engage the mind and you might actually work some stuff out.
Trading as well. Sometimes I think, oh, wow, we really choose to do all that just for the experience of being different from what we are and all of the pain and hurt that we go through. But that is looking at it from a limited mind point of view.
The mind.
Because if you look at it from the soul's perspective, it is totally worth it for the soul, because
let's just sit on a rainbow cloud and look at it from that perspective, shall we? And then it will all be all right.
There's so much growth and learning and vibrancy that can be attained from this journey that we go through as human beings. So there's nothing wrong with this journey, and it's a beautiful journey because we all are part of a huge
Oh, isn't it cute? She's knitting. Oh, it's tapestry.
And everybody's life and experience is a thread in that tapestry, and we're creating this beautiful picture.
It's beautiful, guys. It's a beautiful picture out there. It really is.
Which is part of the development or the evolution of God, him or herself. We are adding to the experience of the Godhead, which we are.
Oh yeah, I'm God, so I want more experience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you to a place where children are abused and tortured and there's constant wars and famines. Yeah, just so I can grow. Yeah. Thanks, God. Thanks a lot.
We're all a part of. This is the beautiful journey that we are on. So again, just to summarize.
The summarization is that just spiritually bypass everything and you'll feel good.
We are the creators of our reality, and there is no soul trap. There is only your own creation. Whatever you choose to believe is what you create for yourself. So empower yourself and realize you're not a victim. Nobody has fought.
I agree with that. We're not victims, and you can empower yourself. There's the truth in it all, but not by what she's saying. You're not going to empower yourself by pretending things don't exist and living in your own subjective truth where you want to make it up as you go along.
Forced you to come to planet Earth. You yourself have chosen to come here to experience what you're experiencing right now. And there is something you want to achieve in this life. Whatever.
Yeah, get the hell out.
A lesson you want to learn. So get quiet. Listen to your soul. And listen to why you are here. Listen to the purpose of your soul's calling. And try to follow your soul's path that it wants to take. This is why you're here. You're not a victim. You are the master.
I can sense a lot of false white light energy coming through her. She's got the kind of glaze going on there, which is pretty obvious by the things that she's talking about. She's probably like channeling or something. I haven't looked at all of her content, but no doubt she's working with false light beings or some kind of entities, or at least they're working through her with these deceptive messages that she's parroting to 233,000 people who are going to get recycled back based off the back of what she's saying.
And the creator of this reality, we as a collective consciousness have created this reality.
How many times do they say the same things as well? These buzzwords over and over and over and over again, like mantras.
We can choose to go to any planet that we want. We have probably gone on many excursions in many other planets already.
This is an excursion, guys. Did you not know? It's a tour. Earth tour. Go on TripAdvisor and give it a rating. How many stars, guys? Put in the comments below. How many stars on TripAdvisor would you give planet Earth?
So it's part of this evolution of our soul.
Yada, yada, yada.
Of the Godhead that we are all a part of. So we're not victims, we are masters of our reality. Some authors have actually said that souls who incarnate as human beings are one of the bravest and most adventurous part of God, because it's...
Oh yes, now let's have a bit of spiritual ego thrown in as well as the spiritual bypassing. You're special because you chose to come to Planet Gangster. You're a special one. You're a star seed. You're a light worker.
One of the hardest and challenging planets in the universe. This is, for example,
no shit, Sherlock.
something that Dolores Cannon has said. She said that if you incarnate here, you are a brave soul. This is another thing that Pamela Kribbe has found out as well, who channels Yeshua.
Here we go. Yeah, all the channeled stuff. It was obvious. Channeling entities, guys, I've said this on numerous videos, that's all they're doing. They're channeling beings that are masquerading of the quote unquote real light. This whole idea of light anyway, I don't even like it. Like, what is real light and what is false light? I mean, I might even stop using the term false light.
It also says that souls who incarnate as human beings are brave souls because we choose to forget who we
You're brave, guys. You're special. Do you not know how special you are? My little star seed light workers.
are. We choose to experience all of these hardships.
She said the same thing over and over again in 10 minutes, like literally, not even joking.
As well as joys, which we can also experience on Earth, and adventures and all of that. We choose to experience all of these different...
Guys, did you know something that you chose to experience?
polarities here on Earth, because we are brave and we are adding to the vibrancy of God, of which we are all a part of. So you're not a victim, you are a part of God, and you have created this reality. You've
rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
chosen this for a reason, because you're a brave soul. Just, be aware.
Did you know you created this reality?
Aware of that.
Did you know you're a brave soul?
So tap yourself on the back and say, wow,
wow.
Well done to you. Well done for going through this journey, and everything will be well. Everything is well because
thanks. Everything's
you have created this, and you can uncreate.
You created this, guys. Remember that. Don't forget that you created this. All right.
Whatever you have created that you don't like, because you're that powerful.
You're powerful.
It's all about taking back your power, reading books, meditating.
Of course, you've got to meditate, guys. Come on. Oh, and you've got to do yoga as well, and do tarot cards.
And just being hopeful.
Don't forget mantras and mudras and ecstatic dances.
Rekindling
and chakra balancing.
The hope within yourself and understanding that everything is well, See you later. I love you all.
You don't love me. You don't know me. Oh my God, why do they say that? Oh dear, guys. What can you say? Same stuff, regurgitated. As I say, very, very dangerous. Telling people that there's no kind of soul recycling. Telling people that they chose to came here when they got their memory wiped, that they forgot. Extremely, extremely dangerous woman. Extremely, extremely dangerous messages. Even though she looks lovely, the words sound lovely. The underlying messages are very, very dark. She's basically saying, look, you just make up your own reality. You make it up as you go along. There's no objective truths. Extremely dangerous, which is why I do these videos, as I say. So, guys, if you enjoyed this review, please like, share, subscribe. If you want to check out my work, my books, my courses, things like that, go to my website, transcendingtimes.org. And yeah, I guess I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.